Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. If you guys are new here, I am Liz. Today we're gonna do another pick a card. And I thought, if you're aligned with me and you're aligned with this reading, then I feel like maybe you guys are kind of wondering, what are your spiritual gifts? How can you get better at them? Even if you know that you have spiritual gifts, like, what can I do to get better at them, right? So we're gonna do a pick a card on that, okay? So I'm gonna show you the cards in just a minute. So if you guys, I just wanna say just a second, if you guys want to book a personal, I'll put the link right here. You can do that. If you wanna join my other YouTube channel, that is there as well. That'll be more collective readings. But other than that, let's jump in. All right, so let's figure out what your spiritual gifts, how can you use them, how can you get them better, how can you strengthen them, and if you don't feel like you have them yet, we'll figure out when you're gonna get them. All right, so let's jump in. I'll put the timestamps below, and I'll also put in the description box and the pinned comment. So let's see you over there. All right, so you're gonna be choosing between these three piles. All right, so this is gonna be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. All right, so take a moment, look at the piles. Which one are you drawn to? Which one are you like, my eyes are stuck on that one? Which is that one? That is the one that you need to pick. All right, so let's jump into the reading. All right, pile 1, y'all ready? All right, here we go. All right, so as always, I don't look at the cards. I kind of lay them out, and then I'm like, okay, we'll go through them together, okay? So that's what we're gonna do, because I like to use my intuition most of all, and that's the whole purpose of this channel is for me, for you guys. I know collective readings, like we give you guys kind of like the whole gist of it, but I want you guys, I'm a life past 7. I'm supposed to be a teacher, if you will. So I want to teach you guys how to use your intuition too. So that's the whole reason of this channel, especially if you guys are coming from my other channel, Blue Moon Intuition, okay? But let's jump in. Let's see what the hell's coming out. All right, so let's see. Let's learn together what they are, okay? You got freedom, okay? You have freedom. What are your spiritual gifts? Pile 1, independence. Okay, I'm already seeing here, a new start is coming. Okay, I'm already seeing here that a lot of you guys may be secluding yourselves here, okay? It says independence already on this card, but I'm gonna keep going as always. But it's already standing out to me that I feel like you guys are somebody that is kind of like go against the grain. You could be like the black sheep in the family, but it's like when you tap more into your power, it feels almost like things just start working out for you. And I feel like this isn't like, ooh, I got powers, right? It's more like your gut feeling. You follow your gut feeling here, okay? So I feel like it feels almost like you could definitely be, you could be a clairsentient. That's like feeler, so you feel everything that's going on around you here. But I feel like you guys know that there's you're feeling, okay, if this is your reading here, you're feeling that there's a new start coming. This tells me that maybe there's something in limbo or kind of it's kind of like on a plateau is what I want to say. Oh, twin flame. Okay, some of you guys that are watching this definitely have a routine. Yeah, you definitely have a routine. It looks like you guys have a twin flame here as well. Okay. So we have twin flame card coming out here, and we have routine. Okay, so this tells me you guys actually do better when you stick to a routine. So if you guys haven't been doing that, I feel like that's kind of, if you're feeling off, they're kind of telling me that that's the best way to kind of use your gifts is to make sure you're sticking to the same kind of routine, which I think that some of you guys, you may get kind of bored if you do that here. You definitely get kind of bored if you have a routine, but they're telling you that's the best way for you to learn, is to kind of learn through routines, repetition. So you guys may have earth in some of those charts, especially in like money placements, routines here. Let's see. Yeah, use your mind. Okay, you guys are very, very intuitive. Peacock, you guys are very, very intuitive here. Okay, yep, and show the world the real you. Okay, so I feel like what's going on here, you guys that picked this pile 1, this is a pile where you feel like maybe people doubt your gifts. They doubt who you are. And I feel like you're somebody that kind of like works behind the scenes. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, you surround yourself by like, I don't know, spirituality, maybe, whatever. You may surround yourself by people where it's like they may not be near as spiritual as you, okay? Now, I feel like for some of you guys, you definitely, if you've met your twin flame here, if you guys align with that, I call it twin flame train, choo-choo, right? It feels almost like you could definitely be in separation with your twin, and it feels like you guys are kind of in a place where, okay, I want to be with my twin, but if it doesn't happen, I think I'm okay with that too, okay? It says, the twin flame card actually says, souls maturing separately to bring deeper wisdom upon reunion, growing in parallel dimensions, destined to intersect again, evolving spiritually and becoming whole individually. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, if you are on the twin flame train, it feels like you've maybe come together with your twin several times, but it hasn't quite worked out just yet, okay? Now, this isn't my purpose to talk about twin flames, but I feel like a lot of you guys have a twin flame here, okay? So you definitely feel their energy quite a bit. You definitely look like y'all are clairsentients that chose this pile, which is I can't pick up this fucking card. Clairsentients are people that actually like feel it. See all the coral around here? It's just a really beautiful card. It's all this blue, but it feels like you guys have the ability to kind of walk into a room and like you feel the atmosphere. You know if you need to be like playful or bubbly, or you know that if you need to, you know that people are going to kind of be like, and I feel like maybe you guys have a tendency to fill it out before you start talking about things that are important to you. This freedom card, again, she has like a skull on her shirt, right? So I feel like for some people, you know that some people don't take your gifts as a blessing is what I want to say, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not a sugarcoat reader, okay? But I feel like with you, they want you to show who you truly are. And I feel like over a lot of guys, it's almost like you're living in between the 5D and the 3D world. It's almost like when you're around people, you kind of, should I act this way? Should I talk about spirituality? Should I just talk about regular things, right? But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you are actually losing sleep. What is sleep? Losing sleep here, okay? And they want you to stick to a normal routine because I feel like that'll help your sleep patterns is what it looks like. It does look like for some of you guys, you're definitely kind of living in the 5D when you're sleeping here. Maybe this could also be about your twin or a man or masculine energy in particular. It doesn't have to actually be a man, sorry. But it says your dreams hold messages, let them guide your intuition. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you actually dream, but you may not believe them, or you may not remember them when you wake up. So try to keep like a dream journal or something next to your bed. So when you wake up, you kind of remember to kind of write them down, because I feel like your guides are trying to send you messages through your dreams. So that would be like clairvoyancy. I feel like a lot of clairvoyant people, it's like when they get visions. So I feel like you guys could definitely have clairaudience or clairsentience, and clairvoyancy for sure. But you guys are somebody where what makes your gifts more powerful is by not giving a damn what other people think. I feel like a lot of you guys could go inside and then like you come out. It's almost like a freaking butterfly. You know, like the caterpillars like go in their cocoons and then they emerge as the butterfly. I feel like that's y'all. Here. But you have such a big heart, but I feel like for some people they take it wrong. They don't realize just how much of a pure soul that you guys actually are here. Okay. Now I said this card here with the pig, it says use your mind wisely. So I feel like you guys are moving towards a place where it is going to be a new, peacock is all about, it's like wisdom and good luck as well. I don't know if you guys follow me on my other channel, but I have a peacock actually outside my house. They're for good luck. I named him Perry. Like if y'all have ever heard the Katy Perry song, not peacock. Well, but it feels almost like for some of you guys, for me to talk about that, people may be drawn to you, especially the opposite sex in like a sexual manner, and not really seeing your soul until maybe it's too late, okay? Or being open to it. So it feels almost like this is with this Ace of Wands, it feels like the opposite gender could be definitely attracted to you, like very sexually. You're definitely like you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, you're hot, you're whatever. You are just amazing, okay? People are definitely drawn to you. But it feels like your mind, it feels like you use your body more. You definitely use your body more when it comes to your gifts, because you're a clairsentient, you use your body more. But it feels like they're wanting you to kind of incorporate your mind as well. And I think that you guys are learning to do that. And if you haven't yet, I feel like you're going to be learning how to do that. And by doing that, by incorporating your mind as well, because they want you to open up to your dreams. You have more gifts that are supposed to be coming in. Basically, you definitely have more gifts that are supposed to be coming in. You don't just have one gift, you have multiple gifts, and they're trying to bring this in. So let's see, maybe you have been on and off with the twin, right? But if you guys notice, when you align with a twin or a really high level soulmate, it's always when you're like vibing the highest, right? It's because you're taking care of yourself. Whether they stay or not, it's because take notice of when they do come in, right? So I feel like there's something here about you being on and off with the twin that's actually triggering awakening in your gifts, okay? Now, I do have a couple of cards here from Archangel Michael, so I'm going to read them. It says, Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. Please help me feel safe and at peace and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthy, happy life. So I feel like for some of you guys, you can go back and forth on like, do I want love first? Do I want job first? But I do know that you guys have a huge heart. You have eternal love. Once you guys love somebody, it's like your love stays with them. And I think that, again, there's something here about when you guys get in connections, it's very hot and steamy and very like really hot, passionate chemistry, but it feels almost like they don't really see your true essence. They don't really see the true you until after. And I feel like it's almost like, so for some of them, it could be too late because it's like, see how they're both these are two different decks, right? And they're both like women, like, see how they're like, they're very sexual. I don't think you see it. Like she's got her back here, but it feels almost like there's something, I'm noticing that both the moon cards are very much purple. So I feel like you guys follow your intuition, and by following your intuition, your gifts are going to fall, they're going to like, they fall more into place. And I feel like for some of you guys, if you have been fighting your intuition, that's where it's been kind of stop and go. So in order for your gifts to get stronger, they're wanting you to incorporate not just your feelings, but your mind too. But by incorporating your mind, they're wanting you to use the intuition. I hope that makes sense. So like if you're around somebody, pay attention to your intuition, because I guarantee when you guys are like, that's a shitty fucking person when you first meet them, and then you're around them more and it's like, I was right. Even if you give them the benefit of the doubt, they're wanting you to take notice of that. So maybe you guys have a tendency to actually fight your mind on like, okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for me to say that. But they don't want you to. They want you to realize that like your mind, like your intuition is trying to speak to your mind, because you're like a full package, right? You have so many gifts here. But by doing this, your love, your eternal love actually has the ability to ground people with the Six of Pentacles here, okay? There's something about your love that really like shines for people, but you have this new start coming, okay? You have this new, it says new start coming. So you guys have some kind of new start because you're starting to incorporate 46 and 47. I just noticed that. Those numbers could be significant for some of you guys, but it says let it shine. They're really wanting you to embrace who you truly are. Stop hiding who it is that you are, okay? So basically, it says jump in. Man, they want you to go all in. I feel like you guys live in between the 3D and the 5D, as in like, it says reassess, yeah. It says you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Yeah, and I feel like that's another reason why some of your gifts can be stalled at certain times. It's because you have this, okay, let me give them the benefit of the doubt. And once you let go of that, it's like things start to excel pretty fast in your life, right? So notice who and what bring you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time to life clean up. Yeah, definitely. So I feel like with this card coming out, it's definitely clarifying the fact that you need to kind of release, okay? Because that brings in, when you release these people that are no longer aligned with you, it helps bring in what's supposed to be what you're supposed to be aligned with. Some of you guys could definitely be dealing with an earth sign, because I keep rearranging the cards. I do that when you're dealing with earth signs. But yeah, there definitely seems to be you guys definitely have gifts here, okay? And I feel like your gifts, now timing-wise for your gifts, it's whenever you recognize what's no longer serving you and you release it, okay? You're like, okay, this is I'm fine releasing this. Because when you have the old, you can't really let in the new, right? So that's about releasing the old, letting go in the new. And I feel like you guys are on fire when you go with the flow, okay? So make sure that that's the fact. Okay, let me see more about this Ace of Wands, because I feel like this romantic kind of message is trying to come through for you guys here. More have faith. Okay, so if you guys have lost faith in like romance here, it's coming in. It's coming in here. See, grounding. And I feel like once you guys ground yourself, everything starts moving forward here. So what are your spiritual gifts? You definitely have clairsentient. I'm not seeing a lot of clairaudience here. Some of you guys may have that, but it feels almost like they're trying to give you more of a clairvoyancy here, okay? So that you're starting to use your dreams, you're starting to use your intuition more, starting to use the third eye more, okay? So maybe you guys could be having headaches here at the same time. Yeah, you guys could definitely be having headaches here. Yeah. So they're wanting you, your gifts, they're wanting you to let go of the old. So they're not making you happy anymore. These people, friends, people like that, friends, lovers, whatever, they're wanting you to let that go. Start getting into a routine that you do every day. Okay. And I feel like you'll start getting better sleep if you haven't been, but also embrace who you are. Okay. If love has kind of been on the back burner, they're like, don't worry, it's coming in. Okay. Now, if you have a love interest that keep coming in, like a twin flame or somebody like that, and you keep like allowing them, you keep overextending yourself, they're wanting you to stop doing that, okay? Because they want you to follow your intuition. So like if something feels off, be like, okay, it's off. Like, be okay with that. Be okay. And go with the flow. It definitely is going to be very helpful for you guys too, okay? Let me see if there's anything else you guys need to see here for pile one. Pile one, what else do I need to see about their gifts? King of Swords. All right, for some of you guys, you're definitely calling in a King of Swords. But I feel like if this is not somebody you're calling in, it also looks like this is about being able to stand up for yourself. But I feel like for some of you guys, you feel like you have to use words to kind of like, well, this is how I feel. It feels like you have to defend yourself sometimes, but they're not wanting you to do that because the sword is actually down. And when I see the sword down, they're not really wanting you to communicate, okay? When it's up, I would read it completely different. But down tells me for a lot of you guys, you've had people that have not communicating their feelings very well, and so you've had to dive into your intuition because people haven't been all that communicated, whatever. They haven't conversed their feelings with you all that much, right? So you've had to use your intuition to fill people out because they didn't really communicate that to you, right? So you definitely could be a words of affirmations person because it feels. I always say. With my counseling, I have a master's in counseling for some of y'all that don't know. But using my background, it always tells me that what you didn't get as a child is what you crave in your adulthood, right? So words of affirmations is very important to you. And it feels like when people don't do that, you're like, okay, well, let me use my intuition because they're not telling me, right? Okay. But you shouldn't have to be that way, right? So they're wanting you to take notice. If people are not telling you how they feel, well, then follow your intuition. What does that tell you, right? Two of Pentacles. It tells you that they're on the fence. Instead of staying on the giving them benefit of doubt and staying on the fence, they want you to recognize that, okay? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, is this person, are these people in your life trying to help build something with you, or is it holding you back, right? Yeah, the King of Wands. Are they trying to play fuck games with you? Are they trying to zap your energy? Are they taking advantage of you? Okay, so make sure you're not letting people take advantage of you. All right, set up strong boundaries there. All right, so I hope this resonated for you guys. Let me know in the comments if it did. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have Aquarius in your chart too, for sure. Amethyst could be a really good. And I'm seeing a lot of orange too. My favorite orange ones are like are red root chakras, or like carnelian and jasper. Those are amazing crystals if you guys use those here. But I'm seeing a lot of amethyst, and I feel like the grounding like carnelian and jasper would definitely be beneficial for you guys here. Okay. All right. So let me know if it resonated. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. All right. Have a good one. All right, so pile two, let's dive in, shall we? All right, so just like pile one, like I said, I don't like to look at the cards. I kind of like draw upside down, and then I go through them with you. All right, so I like to do that. All right, so we're starting from the bottom. So I think you're starting to do things differently. Let's figure out what your spiritual gifts are for pile two. Oh, you guys are definitely big feelers, huh? If you guys were drawn to like pile one, watch that one as well. That one definitely. Okay, I like this. Okay, you guys are like, I feel like you guys have the ability. You got wasp. Okay. Y'all's enemies. Ooh, watch out. Y'all definitely got, if y'all got enemies, they need to watch out. Okay. You guys might want to look where Saturn is in your chart. Dang it, I forgot to do the dice for pile one. I'm going to probably do that for you guys in just a second, because I want to see what house these are hitting for you guys here. Okay. Let's keep going. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. Ooh, okay. You guys have a little bit of love trying to come through for y'all too. You guys are like gifty gifts. Okay, you guys get a lot of like, you guys work very fucking hard, okay? It's like you work hard and then you're like, come to me, okay? So you guys have a lot of gifts, and the fact that your energy, you have the ability to kind of align with an energy where it's like, I know it's mine. I know it's mine. I know it's mine. You guys are really master manifestors. You really are here. You have the ability to like get into an environment with people, places, things, and just simply align with it with just knowing that it's already yours, okay? Now, if you don't have these gifts yet, this is what it's going to be like when you strengthen them, okay? So I do have this chick, she's all up in she's playing with the dolphins, right, in this boat, and I feel like you guys definitely have like a sweet, nurturing energy. Animals could definitely be very much drawn to you here. So that is considered a gift here where you can talk to animals. You may have this ability to kind of read animals very well. You guys definitely have you guys definitely have a very strong intuition, but I feel like unlike pile one, I feel like you guys are not afraid to follow it. Okay. You don't follow it. You don't hide it. You don't like, it's almost, you have this very sweet, nurturing energy about you. Whether you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter, but we have the number 3 here. If I can get these fucking cards, I never want to come up 3. See how she's like, what is this? I think it's like a hummingbird. It looks like a hummingbird trying to bring this gift to her, right? And I feel like you guys have the ability to kind of align with an energy where it's like, I'm aligned, let it go. And it just happens. So there's something here about that. And that is what brings your, that's what brings your gifts in, or what you want, you truly desire, what you're manifesting in even faster. It says you guys have a lot of luck. I don't know if you guys have like lucky girl syndrome or if you do manifestations, affirmations. I cannot pick these up for life of me. It says luck is on your side here, Sagittarius. So when you guys are more in a playful energy, that's when things start to come in. It's like, ooh, I'm playful. I know they're coming. And then like, they just start coming in like gifts. I have multiple cards here of gifts for you. Okay. So I do feel like you are you definitely could have placements in your chart where you're kind of really, really lucky. Okay. I want to see. Lost Spirit. But yeah, when I see this card, it says Lost Spirit, your enemies, the 11th house. Okay, that's actually the house of hopes and dreams. Okay, so yeah, in Cancer. No, it's not Cancer. That's Pisces. Excuse me. That's Pisces. So you guys have the ability. I definitely is getting water sign energy. Some of you guys could be Cancer, Pisces, or have that in your chart. But you guys have the ability to kind of just, again, it's like a lot of like watery energy, like go with the flow and like know it's mine and just release it. And when you release it, it looks like it comes even faster. When you hang on tighter, it's not going to come in as fast. So make sure you guys, when you're manifesting, you want to manifest and just release, because that's when it comes in. Because I'm seeing all these gifts here being handed when you're balanced out here, especially, yeah, this water here. She got her dress. You guys, I feel like you guys don't sweat the small stuff. Like she got her, I'm thinking, man, she got her dress all wet in this water here, right? And some people be like, man, I got my dress all wet. She's just like, whatever, I'm just holding my scales. So I feel like y'all are somebody that don't sweat the small stuff. Or when you're high vibing, that's when you know, is because you're not sweating the hard stuff, or the hard stuff. Maybe not the hard stuff either. But I have so much purple here, so you guys are not afraid to follow your intuition. When you guys get messages from your guides or whatever, you're kind of like, okay, I know that was for me. Now the wasp here, this tells me that you guys are somebody that like karma comes back to other people. When they do you wrong, sometimes life stings, right? And I feel like for some of you guys, you're like, oh, that sucks. But you're in a position here, if you're watching this. Now all my readings are timeless, so it doesn't matter when I post this, but when you're seeing it, it looks like your enemies, they definitely get stung, okay? And it feels like, let me see, I want to see what house that is. I'm just curious here. What house? Second house. Okay, definitely could be stung and Gemini. Yeah, I feel like if people are wishy-washy with you and they're very hot and cold, they'll get stung like where it hurts in their money house, okay? Second house definitely has to do with money, money and routines and things like that. And I feel like they get kind of hurt when it comes to their money, okay? Now, when the lizard spirit here, I feel like you guys are definitely kind of chameleons here. That's 11. You guys definitely, I don't know if you guys are like life path 11s, you guys could be, but it feels like you guys, there's something here about you have the ability to blend in with animals, the environment, just by how sweet and nurturing that you are, okay? You guys definitely get downloads, you definitely get visions I'm seeing here, and if you are, make sure you're writing them down, okay? Now, I do feel like, let me read this one here. It says, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. Okay. So it says, use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So I feel like with this card coming out, this tells me that you guys, you get downloads and you listen to them, okay? Now, if you haven't, it looks like they're wanting you to start paying attention to them more, because for your gifts to come in, you have to start listening to them. You are somebody that gets messages. Like my pile one, they're feelers, like they feel it intuitively, but you're somebody that actually gets dreams. You're somebody that actually gets messages, and you need to start listening to them. And Pisces definitely is about like ancestral some of you guys could have Pisces and like your 8th house. You don't have to, but you get downloads from like your ancestors here, okay? And it seems like for a lot of you guys, that's where your intuition comes from, okay? Or your gifts. Let's see. You created this situation and you have the power to change it. Now, I feel like for some of you guys could definitely get in your head, and the fact that maybe you could overthink sometimes when somebody kind of does you wrong, where they're kind of back and forth. And I pulled the Gemini energy here on the dice, which tells me that, you know, if they're hot and cold or they're inconsistent, they kind of get stung. You shouldn't even have to worry, because kind of karma serves it up, right? But it feels almost like with this card here, you guys kind of worry about like, crap, like did I make this situation? And I don't think it is. I think it is, what's happening is you got a download that you need to realign yourself, to get away from this person. And I feel like what it is if something's going wrong with somebody, your intuition is trying to tell you that it's something wrong. And you may block it when it comes to love sometimes, or relationships, not really wanting to move on. This 3 of Wands, I do feel like you guys are master manifestors when you don't fight that. So make sure that you guys are listening to whatever messages come in. So if you don't have like a notebook or something, I use my notepads in my phone all the time. So write them down if you're getting downloads, and just write them down and see if they come true, right? All right, so I do have it seems like a love message. It says digital whisper here. So it seems like maybe somebody could be messaging you online. Connections feel real, but lack depth and craving physical touch while trapped in screens. Okay. Embracing each other digitally, but the longing for touch remains. It's an erotic, tumultuous connection that is damaging and poisonous. Okay, so if you guys have the ability to kind of like fall in love with somebody's soul and their mind and everything, but you're not really getting the physicality of the connection, they're wanting you to take notice of that. Because I do feel like for some of you guys, you could have a tendency to live more in your mind and be like, oh, I'm in love with them in the 5D, so it's going to work out, right? But it's at the same time, 5D, we can't always, yeah, we have these feelings and stuff in the 5D, but 5D is not going to give you the physical satisfaction in the 3D of being with them. So they're wanting you to realize, be able to compartmentalize the fact that if this person's in their 5D and not showing up, well then, they're not showing up in the 3D, well then why are you giving it attention, right? Now, I feel like you guys are going to connect with a lot of people on the 5D, but if the 3D is not matching, if the 3D is not, if the person, like you get these feels from that, if they're not matching up, the 3D and the 5D, like they're wanting you to like, be able to let that go, because all it is going to be wasting your time if they're not showing up in the 3D, okay? So I do feel like you're having unexpected surprise here. Okay, let's see. Surprises that spark introspection and lead to emotional breakthroughs. Unseen moments of joy that challenge your perception of what truly matters. Unexpected joys reveal hidden depths and profound connections. Yeah, so I feel like this is kind of, you want people to show you, you can already read these people. You can already I can tell you can read people like right off the bat, okay? But I feel like you guys have a tendency to draw in connections where people are not doing the work, right? So I feel like you guys fall in love with people's mind and their soul and their heart, but it's like they're not as intuitive as you are, right? Now, my manifestors, you can change anything here, and I feel like you guys always have the power to do so, and I feel like you guys know that. Sometimes you're more confident than other times, but it feels almost like you guys have somebody coming towards you and they're coming towards you and they're going to be like a gift, okay? It's gonna feel like they're made for you. So again, they're wanting you to kind of recognize that you can live in the 5D, but they're wanting you to be in the 3D as well. Solar plexus is all about confidence here, and you need that when it comes to 3D here. So it feels like they're wanting you to recognize and compartmentalize, this person's only doing things in the 5D, so it's not really advancing our connection forward. Okay, let's just leave it here. Okay, 3D, they're doing something, let's actually, okay, then okay, if they're matching up, then let's move this forward, right? Okay, so let's see what else you guys need to know here. So make sure you're following your intuition, but at the same time, you can't have a whole relationship. You can in the 5D, but it's like, are you getting the satisfaction that you want is what they want you to be aware of here, okay? Are you truly happy just living in the 5D? Some of you guys might be. What else do you need to know for you? Pile 2. Future love. Okay, you guys got new love. I feel like for some of you guys, you're hanging on to an old love here because of the 5D connection. Maybe that's why I kept talking about it so much. But it says, how will you meet? What time will you meet? So I feel like you guys look like y'all are in love with love. Oh, look, Mav's jumping up. So y'all have that Gemini energy. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Gemini or have that in your energy. But it feels like you guys are definitely in love with being in love. And it feels like you guys are drawing in somebody new. Okay, let's see what else for here. Manifest. Yeah, you guys are manifesting this. Whether you guys are actively manifesting or not, it says you're always manifesting, whether you're aware, literally, I didn't know it said this, whether you're aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking, so you'll attract into your life exactly what you're wanting, okay? So I do feel like you guys are bringing in somebody new, because it looks like whoever you guys were dealing with beforehand, it looks like they're not taking action in the 3D. So energies can always shift and change. Y'all know that. But at the same time, it looks like whenever you're watching this, it looks like the 3D is not really matching with their 5D, and you keep falling in love with the 5D, but the 3D is not fulfilling for you. Maybe you text them, maybe talk to them. But it feels like maybe they're not taking action like they need to. So I feel like your guides are trying to align you with another gift here of somebody new that will do that. Okay? Anything else for y'all? Some of you guys maybe want to book a reading here. If you want to book a reading, bluemoonintuition.com. That's my site. But it says their head space, heart space, spirit, and 3D. Yeah, so basically what I was been saying. Their overall feelings for you looks like another tarot reading, but it looks like some of you guys make sure that whoever you're falling for, it's like their actions, their words, and their feelings kind of align. So you're not questioning all the time, or you're not waiting all the time, or don't emotionally invest into people where the 3D is not kind of aligning with the 5D, right? Because I feel like some of you guys have a tendency to set yourself up for heartbreak if you're falling for them in the 5D, but the 3D is not backing it up, right? Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you thought it was. And leave your comments below if you felt like it did. I'd love to hear y'all's story. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Have a good one. All right, pile 3, you're up. Let's see what's going on, shall we? All right, like the other piles, I don't ever look. I like to see what comes out with y'all, okay? We're a team. Let's do this together. All right, so let's see what's going on here. My voice, I apologize for my voice. Hopefully it'll come. Oh, okay. Y'all get some dreams, don't you? Mm-hmm. Woo! Dreams. Some of y'all are having dirty dreams. I'll try to call y'all out, but I am, huh? You guys ask for help when you have, like, before you go to bed? Because I feel like your dreams are trying to come through to you to give you, like, responses to somebody, like, responses to what you need to hear. Some of you guys could have Capricorn in your chart here. These cards are stuck together here. Grasshopper. Take a leap of faith. Interesting. Okay, 30. 30 could be significant for some of you guys. I got number 66. Trust in the magic. You guys need to trust in y'all's gifts more. Yeah. You guys need to learn to trust in yourself. It's like you guys have gifts and you know it, but you're not trusting in it. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, we'll go through the cards here. Okay. So we got dreams. This is a really cool card. Like, it's like the jellyfish are like, they're going to attack her, right? So I feel like it says vivid dreams, dream message, and dream teaching. So I feel like, first off, dreams are very important for you, okay? And I feel like if you're feeling lost, ask your guides to give you a dream. Be like, hey God, hey guides, whoever it is you guys believe in, can you give me a dream to kind of give me some sense of clarity, okay? Try that, because I feel like for sometimes you guys, when you feel really, really alone, you feel like you're kind of just like bobbing along, right? She's just like, look, she's like drifting in the water here, right? And so I feel like for some of you guys, 27 could be significant, 23, but it feels almost like you guys y'all are going through like an ending of a chapter here, okay? Because we're going to 30, so I get to, let's see, 5, we got 5, 9. Okay, you guys feel like your life is hard, okay? If somebody asked you, you'd probably be like, yeah, my life's been hard. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all, right? But I feel like you guys have the ability to kind of like take the shitty and turn it into good, okay? You have the ability with this win-win outcome that somehow, no matter how shitty it is, somehow it works out in your favor. Like look at like your shittiest situations here with the scales, the Libra energy. It says win-win outcome forecast, full moon in Libra, but it's telling me that no matter how shitty the situation, if you look back on it, like it literally is telling you that all the hard work you put in, all the chaos that you kind of went through, right? It balanced out and worked out in your favor, okay? I am seeing the heart. It says hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, but I call my Capricorns my workhorses. So I feel like you guys have the ability to work, and like, it's like instead of looking at like what the good stuff that's happened, you're looking at like all the negative. Because this chick, she don't look happy, okay? Whether you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. I'm reading energies, but it feels like you have the ability to kind of focus on the negative, and they're wanting you to focus on the positive. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe that did turn out. Like instead of I worked my ass off for that. Oh my god, I fucking hate my life. Look at what are you grateful for? Look at like how it worked out in your favor, right? Like maybe you didn't get the person that you wanted when you were 16, but now you're aligning with better people. You have better friends. You have a better life. Maybe you've built a life from the ground up. And I feel like for some of you guys, you have maybe built your family. Maybe it's not actually blood family. It could be somebody where it could be people that are friends where they feel more like family. And I feel like you guys definitely work very, very hard in your life here, okay? You guys are very, very hard workers. Now, you guys definitely have clairvoyance when it comes to dreams. If you're not getting them yet, try and ask for them. And I always keep talking about journals. I think journals are very, very important too. Because I do feel like what we put out there is what we're going to get. So also make sure, I didn't say that for the other pile, so make sure whatever you're saying, because I don't see any swords for you. I don't see any kind of communication here for you. But this tells me that to watch it, to watch what you say out loud, okay? Yeah, don't talk bad about yourself, because don't watch what you say out loud here. Explore your options. Yeah, I'm not saying anything about communication, but I think they're saying that like don't like say, oh my God, I'm so ugly. Or, oh my God, I hate my life. And anything like that, don't say that, because I feel like you guys could definitely have the ability to manifest. You guys have a lot of water in your chart here. So I do feel like for some of you guys, you do have a hard time taking a leap of faith here, okay? It says take a leap of faith. And then the next one I have is the white raven spirit, which is all about, trusting in the magic. And I feel like for some of you guys, you doubt your gifts, you doubt your ability here. And I feel like by not doubting yourself, by having, like for some of you guys, if you manifest, by having a really strong self-concept as in like, I'm an amazing person, things always work out for me. Like I'm having the best day of my life. When I'm having like the shittiest day, I start saying, today's the best day of my life, today's the best day of my life, and I keep repeating it over and over again. And I feel like for some of you guys, you could definitely benefit from statements like that, because you definitely need to start saying things that are nicer to yourself here if you haven't been doing that, okay? Now, if you think this isn't resonating for you, there's always 2 other piles, so if you want, those may resonate for you. This one is completely different than the other 2 piles, okay? Now, I do feel as though you kind of doubt yourself here. But what the thing is they want you to realize just how strong you are. Your words are definitely going to have a lot of power in them here, okay? So I have 9 of Cups is coming out here, and so I feel like for some of you guys, you definitely could be water. I think you guys feel it when you manifest, and you feel it very deeply here. Hierophant, I feel like you are a very true individual. You are somebody that is, people are drawn to you, maybe children, especially children and animals here. Okay, so, but I feel like you guys are kind of not, you're like now just now opening up, or maybe you haven't been actually asking your guides for help, but they're wanting you to. I'm actually getting a card about that, okay? But back to this Hierophant, I want to hit on, like, I feel like some of you guys are making your own family. You're making your own kind of family here, okay? Not necessarily, I feel like it's not blood family. I feel like for some of you guys, you're kind of like a lone wolf is what I want to say here, okay? But I feel like you are an absolutely amazing, but you're a very hard worker, especially when it comes to, I'm not saying any romance really for yours. The other 2 piles did, but I feel like they're really wanting you to focus on what it is that you truly want right now. Balance things out here, especially when it comes to your feelings. Like, what is it that you truly want, right? Okay, so it does feel like it says lean on God and angels for support. So if you guys in spirit guides here, it says I give you this now and completely. I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. So with that card coming out, this tells me that you guys like to have a hands-on situation on everything, right? Maybe you guys are manifestors in the fact that you don't believe in divine or don't believe in spirit guides helping you out. Well, I mean, some people do and some people don't, but I feel like if you chose this pile, I mean, what if there is, I mean, have you questioned yourself? What if there is something higher than us? And I feel like you need to start asking for help here. Ask for help here, because I feel like they're going to give you messages. They're going to give you messages to reiterate the fact that there is more than just us. Yes, I do believe that we are the creators of our own world, but I also believe that if we ask for help, and I feel like there is definitely a higher power than us, right? So this next card here, it says, explore your options. It says, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see and understand and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life pursuit. So I feel like for some of you guys, you feel maybe a little lost or confused on where it is you're supposed to be going, or where you're supposed to be focusing on. But I think that your guides are trying to increase your ability, trying to make you guys stronger with your gifts by helping you. And I feel like by asking for help, you will actually get stronger gifts here, okay? And I feel like they're going to come in through like a dream state here. But you guys are very much hands-on, so you may be blocked in the fact that like, I don't need help. Maybe you have trouble asking for help. But they're like, it doesn't, I mean, let's say, okay, let's look at it this way. If you're like, I don't believe in God, whatever, right? Even if you just manifest, okay, I'm asking for help and I get it. Like, if you have the assumption, I'm a law of assumption person. If you have the assumption that even if you just ask for help, you always get it. Even if you don't believe in a higher power, what does that do? It's going to give you help, right? If you automatically assume that you're going to get help, you're going to get help, whether you believe in higher power or not, right? Okay, so for some of you guys, I hope that was helpful. But it does feel as though they're wanting you to learn not to work as hard, okay? Because I feel like you guys think, I need to work so hard, but asking for help, and I feel like things are going to fall more into place here for you, okay? All right, so it says firing a warning shot as a sign of authority and control. Skips necessary steps to gain an advantage. Yeah, I feel like for some of you guys, you want to go from like 0 to 100 and like, you're working really, really hard, but at the same time, it's like, I'm so burned out. And I feel like for some of you guys, you're wanting to learn how to not do that. Maybe that's another reason why you're here. You're wanting to learn how to not burn yourself out so bad, because what you've been doing in the past, you're just constantly just like, bleh, you're burnt out. You're drowning yourself. I mean, like, she looks burnt out. She looks drowning. She's like, I don't want to hang out. I don't have no friends. I don't want no friends. Like, it feels like, well, the way you've been doing things, you feel bombarded. You feel bombarded. You feel drained. You feel like you can't do it anymore. And so that's why they're saying, hey, if you picked this pile, freaking ask for help. Like, he's got his arms out here, okay? Ask for help. Be like, hey, can you help me? Right? All right. So I do feel like maybe you guys have been praying. It's a sign that your prayer has been answered. But it also says you're not alone in the storm. As you grasp for air, salvation appears and breathe away from safety. So some of you guys definitely have a hard time asking for help, okay? So I do feel like they're wanting you to learn to ask for help, so there's not so much on your plate here, okay? All right, so let me roll the dice for you guys. I forgot pile 1, but let's see. Anything y'all need to know? Okay, Virgo and 4th house. 4th house has to do with family. Okay, so this tells me that your family life was probably pretty hard, okay? You probably don't talk about family. Remember I was talking about how you make your own family? That's funny, it came like that. So I do feel like for your 4th house, you may have some significant placements here, but it does feel like we got Virgo. Some of you guys could be a Virgo. That would make sense with being a hard worker, but it feels almost, I even exhaled. Man, y'all need y'all are tired. Look. I did not even yawn for the other two. So this just tells me you guys have a tendency to kind of keep things inside so much and not ask for help, right? But I feel like this stems from your childhood with the 4th house and the fact that maybe you felt like you couldn't ask for help, or maybe when you did as a kid, like you didn't get the advice, or you didn't get the love, or you didn't get the support that you thought you might. And so now as an adult, you're kind of scared to ask for help, but they're like, you know what? Guess what? Ask. They're telling you to, okay? Doesn't hurt to try. It's called free 99, right? All right, so let's see if we got any other advice for you guys here for pile number 3. Open up. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are scared to ask for help. They're wanting you to open up. It says you're being asked to open up your heart to another, to let your walls down and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open in wonderful ways when you decide to open up. This feels like y'all have a romantic. This feels like romance with that open up here. Patience. Okay. Patience says you're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong and there's no reason why things aren't aligning in the way that you want them in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. So whatever you guys are manifesting right now, or you're hoping, desiring for, I know you guys are wanting that 0 to 100, that bang, right? You're wanting it to happen now, but they're saying that there's reasons why. And it seems like things behind the scenes are kind of going on that you're not really aware of. And I think that once it all comes together, you're going to be like, okay, that's why. Any other advice for you guys? It's worth waiting for. It's worth waiting for. You're being asked to honor your worth too, okay? It's so easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. So you are, okay? So I think a lot of you guys had kind of like a rough childhood here. This simply isn't the case, however. You are worthy and you have inherent values. It's time to cherish yourself and your true worth, okay? All right, so any other advice for you guys here? Pile 3. 5 of Swords. I feel like you guys go into things thinking that it's going to be conflict, that it's going to be hard. And I feel like you guys are your own worst enemy. I'm not going to lie to you, because you're in your head so much, and it's almost like you think that, oh, that's never going to work out. That's never going to work out. And you work so damn hard, and it feels almost like you're just depleting your own energy with the mindset of everything has to be hard. They're really wanting you to shift it to things that can be easy here, okay? Because I'm seeing all these hard cards, and then all of a sudden, asking for help, your life gets a lot easier. This 9 of Cups, I mean, like cups are like handed to her here, okay? So they're wanting you to change the mindset that your life is hard to, my life is easy. Start saying things like that so you can reprogram that, okay? In line with that energy here. Anything else? King of Coins. Yeah, I knew this was going romance. So some of you guys, this could be, this could very well be where you're learning that life isn't so hard. And so once you shift into this and ask for help, it looks like your money could definitely be getting better. Now, if that's not money, this could also be in the fact that everything works out for you. So then you'll be bringing in the love relationship that you've been wanting and desiring here. Okay, with this King of Pentacles. Strong, steady, grounded here. Not you doing all the work, but somebody helping you, because King of Pentacles helps. That's hubby energy. That's long-term life potential, wifey energy, whatever y'all are interested in. But it does look like you need to get out of this energy where I have to do all the work, especially if you're in love relationships where they don't do a damn thing. You're the one planning, you're the one reaching out, you're the one doing all that. Nope. I feel like you guys have this mindset where everything in life is hard. You guys could definitely have Capricorn, like a 7th house. What house they need to work on to help them manifest better? Sagittarius in the 10th house. Okay, so that's like careers. That has to do with like masculine energy as well. So I feel like for some of you guys, you need, like, remember I was talking to you guys about how everything's so hard. Sagittarius is more like a playful energy. If you guys haven't been traveling or even thinking about traveling, think about like booking that trip, okay? I feel like you guys need to, if you guys are just so career focused all the time, they're wanting you to step out of that shell, like start giving back to yourself and letting people give back to you instead of you constantly giving and depleting your own energy. All right, so I hope this was helpful. I hope it helped everybody. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and have a wonderful day. Have a good one.